I'm starting a social media marketing agency from scratch with $0 using AI. In today's video, we're going to set up retargeting. So let's dive right into it. All right, so here's what I'm going to cover in today's video. First of all, the retargeting system, what it is and how it works. Then we're going to set up Meta retargeting or Facebook and Instagram retargeting. And then finally, at the end, we're going to set up Google Ads retargeting. Let's begin with the retargeting system and what it actually is. So if you have no idea what retargeting means, here's basically how it works. So we get a user, a potential client or a prospect. They visit our website and then they leave the website. We want them to go through our funnel, watch our video sales letter, and then leave an application. But most people will not do that in a straight line and right away. So what do we do then? Well, we apply something called retargeting or retargeting ads so that every single person who has been to our website, we're going to follow them around on the internet with retargeting ads to bring them back to our website. So that is the concept of retargeting. It is very simple, but extremely powerful. Another really cool thing about retargeting is that the cost of actually running retargeting is extremely cheap. A rule of thumb is that you pay $10 per 10,000 people in your audience. So we're going to set up an audience in today's video as well, both on Facebook and on Google. So basically anybody and everybody who visits our website, we're going to save them in an audience or in a bucket. And if we get more than 10,000 people in that bucket, we will pay $10 per day to show all of these people on ad every single day. So it's extremely cheap and extremely powerful. Now, with that said, I'm not allowed to spend any money into retargeting before I get that first client, but more on that soon. The next thing is regarding platforms. So you can use retargeting on all platforms. You can do it on Meta, Google, LinkedIn, and TikTok. However, I recommend focusing on the two main platforms first, meaning Meta and Google Display Network, basically digital banner ads. So that is what I'm going to set up in today's video. And the next thing is automated follow-up. So retargeting is like an automated follow-up system. If they just visit your website once, you will be able to retarget them pretty much forever. So that is why it's so powerful to have a VSL or case study video in your organic outreach arsenal, because if you reach out to people organically and then send them a link to your website, even if they don't visit or check out your VSL video today, they will start to see ads from you over and over and over again. So it's an automated follow-up system. The next thing I want to discuss is that this is how you showcase your services as a social media marketing agency as well, because when a prospect start to see you all over the web after reviewing your website just once, they will start to see the potential of actually working with you and using retargeting for their own business. They will also know that you're legit, and they will also know that you actually practice what you preach. Because as a social media marketing agency, you help businesses to run ads. So it just makes sense for your own agency to run ads as well. And doing retargeting, again, is super cheap. You can literally spend $5 to $10 per day, $150 to $300 per month, and basically show people an ad every single day if they've been to your website. But again, this is something that you should only start once you have some cash flow coming into your business. And I am not allowed to start retargeting until I get that first client. And that brings me to the next point, which is when to use retargeting. Well, as soon as you can, and as soon as you get your first client and you have some cash flow coming in, you should start doing retargeting. Reinvest $10 per day or $300 per month into a Google Display Network ad Meta retargeting campaign. It will help you get your second client and your third client a lot faster. So this is basically the plan. I'm going to start with organic outreach, start reaching out to people. Simultaneously, I'm going to build up my audience for my retargeting. I will get that first client, get some cash flow coming in. Then I will start doing retargeting, and then I will continue doing more and more organic outreach until I have 3 to 5 clients, and then we'll scale the agency with purely ads up to $50, $75, and $100,000 per month. So with that out of the way, let's actually dive into Meta retargeting, and let me show you exactly how simple it is to actually set up and prepare. So the first thing you do is that you go to business.facebook.com, and then you log in with your normal Facebook profile, and then you sign up with an account. It's very simple and very straightforward. So that's step number one. Once you've signed up, you will be taken to the Facebook Business Manager. And just a side note here, if you're presented with a different look of the Facebook Business Manager, I would click the question mark here down below if you're in the other version, and then click to switch to the original or to the classic Business Manager, and then it will look exactly as it does on my screen right now. And I have a completely new Facebook Business Manager set up right now, as you can see for RoofMax. I've already started to set it up, but I will show you exactly how I did it and why I did certain things. So the first thing we want to do is that we want to go into the business settings right here. Now, if we take it from the top to bottom, we can start off with people. So this is where you can invite the people who are a part of your business, essentially. Now, the next tab is partners. So this is where you can basically invite external agencies to help you with your ad accounts, but you will also act as a partner for your actual clients. And if you want to learn exactly how to do media buying, how to be invited as a partner, then you can learn directly from me add my lead media buyer in my agency inside of the free SMMA course. In today's video, I'm just going to show you how to set up a retargeting campaign. Now, system users, we don't really need to cover anything there. Pages, this is where you should set up a page for your actual agency. And you can see here, we've just created a very simple page. And to do that, you just click on add, and then you can select here, create a new page. We called it roofmax.ai. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And if we go to the actual page, you can see that we haven't really posted anything here as of yet. It just says roofmax.ai, how to sell more roofs with AI, only pay when you close a client. Here we're going to post some posts as well before we go live with some retargeting ads. Now let's continue. The next thing we need to do inside of the business manager is to set up an ad account. And when you create an ad account, it's very simple. You just click on add, create a new ad account, and that is pretty much it. Then make sure that you add every single person inside of your business manager that need access to this ad account. That is that. If we go back, business assets group, don't really need to cover anything there, not in apps. Instagram accounts. What I want you to do here is to create a new Instagram account for your agency. Again, we just called it roofmax.ai. Same thing here as well. Just add the people that you want included into this Instagram account, and that's basically it. Under WhatsApp, we're not going to utilize that. Data sources, here we need to do a couple of things. You can basically ignore pretty much all of these different tabs right here, but we want to go into data sets. So this is where you're going to create a new data set. And a pixel or a data set, it's basically a bridge between your website and Facebook and Instagram. So that means that every single time somebody visits your website, we will be able to identify who that person is on the Meta platform on Facebook or Instagram, and we will be able to show them ads every single day. So the data set is something that is very important, and this is something that we're going to install onto the website in today's video. But before we do that, we need to complete some more stuff. So the next thing we want to do is to go into brand safety and sustainability. We want to go into domains, and here we want to verify our actual domain. And going through this process is actually very simple. We click on add, then you click on create new domain, you put in your domain, and then we need to verify it. And the way we do verify it is with a TXT record. So I'm going to go into Cloudflare that we signed up with in the previous video. I'm going to click on my website, then go to DNS right here, and then you will see that I have one TXT record right here that I've added from Facebook domain verification. So we simply just click on add record, and we add a TXT record right here. We do an @ and then we put the code in here that we got from Facebook. We click on save. Once that is done, we will be able to verify the domain right here, which is pretty much a must if we want to stay congruent and legit with the Facebook Business Manager when we're going to run ads. Now, if we continue under billing though, you can make sure that you set up a payment detail for your ad account. So here you can see that I've added a MasterCard and this is active. So that is something that is important to do. And you also go through this process when you set up your actual ad account. Business info is something that I do want you to look into, because here I want you to set up all of the information about your business. And this is something that you should do for your own agency, but also whenever you help your clients to sign up with the Facebook Business Manager when you're going to run ads for them. And again, I show you exactly how to do that inside of the free SMMA course. And the most important thing here is that you want to verify your business. And as of right now, if you click on view details, since this is a brand new business manager called roofmax.ai, it says that my business is currently ineligible for verification. And this is normal like this in the beginning when you have a completely new business manager. Normally, they want you to spend at least a little bit amount of money on the platform. Then you will be able to verify it. When you do verify it, you'll be able to add more ad accounts into your business manager, and you get some more perks as well. But that is basically it. And once you've done all of these things, one thing you need to do as well is just to go through everything again. So under domains, we want to go into connected assets. And here you want to make sure that you have your page connected to your domain. So we click on add assets. And here you just want to make sure that you get your page and you want to add it. So it's basically connected. We want to do the same thing with data sets. We go into the data sets right here, connected assets. You can see that we've connected the ad account. So that is basically it. So now once we've signed up and done all of the settings, the next thing we want to do is that we want to make sure that we install the data set as a pixel on our website. And to do that, we go to data sets. Then we make sure that we highlight our data set right here. We go into open in Events Manager. And then right here in the data sources under the Events Manager, we want to click right here, right? Gather website events from browser activity. So we're going to set up a metapixel right here. We're going to click on install code manually. And then we get the code right here. here, and then we're going to install it into our head tag essentially. And to do that, we're going to use the Google Tag Manager as we set up in the previous video. So right now you can see that I'm inside of Google Tag Manager. I will click on my container right here, and then we will get into the actual workspace right here. I'm going to click on tags, and then I will simply create a new tag. This time I'm going to call it the Facebook pixel, like so. Tag configuration, I'm going to select custom HTML, and I'm going to paste the code that I got from Facebook. I'm going to click on support document write. Triggering, I want to use this on all pages. So I'm going to click on add, and I'm going to click on save. Then I'm going to click on submit, and then version name, I'm just going to write in added Facebook pixel. I'm going to copy paste it for the version description here as well, and then I'm going to click on publish. Once that is done, I can just exit out of this, go back to the actual workspace right here, and now the Facebook pixel should be added to our website. And to check that, I'm going to go to roofmax.ai, and then to double check the pixel is actually here, we can use a Chrome extension called the Facebook Pixel Helper. And to find that Chrome extension, I'm just going to search for Facebook Pixel Helper Chrome extension. So I will find it right here. This is the add-on. I'm going to click to add to Chrome, add extension. Then we have it added. And then if I click this little puzzle piece right here, I can just go down and we have the Facebook Pixel Helper. I'm going to pin it so that I can see it in the browser. And now if I refresh the page here a couple of times, you can see that it now says number 1 here. And now I can see that I actually have my pixel here installed. And just to make sure that it is the correct pixel, again, I can click here. I can see the pixel ID. It ends with 960. If I go into the Google Tag Manager, again, I can just check here that yes, it does actually end with 960. So that is good. And if I go back to Facebook, I can now just click on continue here, install the base code. We've already done that. Turn on advanced matching. Yes, we want to do that as well. I'm going to click on continue, and then we can just go to pixel overview, and that should basically be it. Now, Facebook wants us to set up some events as well. We don't really need to do this as of yet, but for the sake of it, we can go through this process. I'm just going to put in the website right here. I'm going to click on open website, and then it says no events found, and that's fine. We can click on finish. Once that is done, it's going to take a little bit of while for the Facebook Business Manager to start collecting some data. But in the meantime, what we can do as well is that we can start to set up the Facebook conversion API. This is actually not really mandatory as of yet. It's going to be better to use this once we actually start to run paid ads to actually generate clients. But for the sake of this video and show you how to actually do this, I'm going to go through the setup process, because high level is making this integration very, very easy. So let's go through it. So setting up conversion API can help lower your cost per result by 13%. I'm going to click on get started, and then we can actually click on set up manually. We're going to click on next. Then we'll click on continue. Here we can select what events that we want to track for the Facebook conversion API. And in this drop-down menu, I'm just going to select view content, and I'm also going to select contact. So this is basically when somebody becomes a lead. We can also use submit application when somebody fills out our form. I'm not going to do that in this video because it's not really mandatory as of yet. And we also could select schedule. If you have a VSL funnel with the calendar scheduling page, this is something that you're going to add right now as well. But just for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to select view content and contact, and then click on continue. And to know exactly what to fill out on this page, always what I refer back to is the help docs from Higher Level. So help.gohigherlevel.com. And here I can search for Facebook conversion API, and you will see that we will have one article here, Facebook conversion API trigger in workflows. So here you can see that we have 2 videos that shows us exactly what to do. I already know what to do, but the thing that I'm looking for is which customer information parameters can we use. So here you can see everything that we can fill out. So the first one is client IP address. So if I just search for client IP address, do not hash, that's the one we're going to use. Then we're also going to have client user agent. So client user agent right there. We're going to have email, first name, and surname. So we're going to have first name. We're also going to have the email, and we're also going to have the last name over here. And then we can also have browser ID and click ID. So click ID and also browser ID. So these are basically the ones that we can have: client IP, first name, client user agent, click ID, email, browser, last name. And then I'm going to do the same thing for view content. This is not really mandatory, but just to be sure, I'm going to do the same thing here as well. So we'll have client IP, first name, click ID, and then we also have client user agent. We're going to have email, browser ID, and last name. So that is basically that. Then we're going to click on continue. We review the setup. We have the contact and the view content, and then I can click on confirm, and then we can just finish the setup right here. So that's the first step of the conversion API, but we're not done yet because we have to set this up inside of high level as well. So I'm going to go to settings right here. Then I'm going to go into my version of high level app.roofmax.ai. I'm going to go into our sub accounts. Then I will go into our automation, and I'm going to go into the new lead automation. And then what I want to do here is that every single time we generate a new lead from the form on our landing page. So if I go to roofmax.ai, whenever somebody fills out this form, this is the automation that we will use. So we will have create or update opportunity. Then for the lead value here, it doesn't really matter. We can actually leave that as blank. And here you can see we have the create or update opportunity. I'm going to keep that as is. But after here, this is where I'm going to search for Facebook and then conversion API. And here you can see that we will be able to fill out some information. For event type, we can keep that as a funnel event. Then we would need something called a access token. So to get that, I will go back to Facebook. Then I will go into settings. Then if I scroll down here, we will be taken to set up direct integration. I can click here, generate access token. I'm going to copy this access token right here. Then go back here. I'm going to paste the access token. Then for pixel ID, I can simply go to my website. I can click the Facebook pixel helper. And then we will have the pixel ID here. So I'm going to click to copy. Then I will go back to the business manager, put the Facebook ID right there. Facebook lead events. We can actually then change this to contact because that is what we used inside of the Facebook business manager when we set up the conversion event, if you remember. For value, we don't need to put anything in there. For test code, we're gonna test that in a second. For now, I'm just going to click on save and save right here. Then what we can do inside of the business manager again is that we can go into test events right here. Then I can click on confirm your server's events are set up correctly. And then we're going to run a test essentially. So I'm going to copy right here this test. Then I will go back into high level Facebook conversion API. I'm going to click or paste the test code right here. Click on save action and then click on save like so. And now if I open up a new window here, I go to roofmax.ai. I'm going to create a new test lead here. So Joe test doe, and then we do Joe test doe at gmail.com. We do a fake phone number. Then I agree. And then if we click on show me how, now this should work. Yeah, now you can see it actually did work. So here we have a contact processed and time received was just today. So the benefit of using the Facebook conversion API is that we can actually track leads from the website even though the pixel is not activated, because we're basically right now tracking leads server side, because every single time we get a new lead into high level, then we will from high level send over all of this information back to Facebook. So even if the person or prospect who becomes a lead has like ad blockers, or they don't have the pixel, or they have a pixel blocker in their browser, if they go through our funnel right here and put in their information, we will get that information into high level, and then server side we will send that information over back to Facebook, and we will be able to track all of the leads that we generate. This is highly recommended to set up specifically for you, yourself, and your clients. And before we end this, we need to do a very crucial thing, and that is that we need to go back to high level, and then we need to remove this test code right here, and then we click on save, and then we want to publish this as well. Now the next thing I need to show you how to do to be able to do retargeting is to set up an audience, and you're going to understand exactly what an audience is here in just a sec. But to create an audience on Facebook, it's very simple. We click on all tools inside of the Facebook business manager, then we click on audiences right here, and you will be presented with a page like this. On this page, what we want to do is to set up a custom audience. I'm going to click on set up custom audience. We are going to set up a website audience, and we can also set up an events audience, because if you remember, now we've selected two events, basically view content on our website, and also we've set up the contact or the lead event type as well from our Facebook conversion API. But let's begin with the website first. I'm going to click on website, I'm going to click on next, and here you can see that I can select the source or the Facebook pixel ID that we've created. I'm going to select that one. Events, all website visitors, and I can do this up to 180 days. If I do 181, it's not going to work. So for basically every single person who visits my website for the past 6 months, I want to save those people into an audience. So the audience name is going to be all website visitors, 180 days, like that. I'm going to click on create audience. And now you can see that we have one audience here. And the reason why we need that audience is because every single time somebody gets to our website, a lead or a prospect, or maybe yourself, whenever you visit my website from this day, I will be able to save you in this audience and I can retarget you with ads over and over and over again. And I can do it very cheaply as well. Now, the final audience that I want to set up is also a custom audience and it's under events. However, since we just set up the Facebook conversion API, you will see that we will not be able to find our events here. So what I recommend that you do is that you wait a couple of hours or a day or so and also go to your website and opt in and do some test leads, because in an hour or 2 hours or so, I will be able to get my lead event inside of here and then I can create a custom audience for that as well, which I highly recommend that you do. And on that note, also what you should keep an eye on is that if you go to all tools, you go into the events manager, basically here under data sources, your new event should start to populate inside of here. So in my case, that was view content and contact. And so those two events will show up right here. Again, it's too early because Facebook hasn't really received this yet because we literally just signed up with it, but it's going to show up in an hour or so. And then once that is done, make sure that you create a custom audience for that event as well. Now, the final thing that I want to show you guys today as well is that inside of the ads manager, when it comes to Meta, this is where we want to create our Facebook retargeting campaign. Again, I'm not allowed to start a retargeting campaign as of yet because we haven't closed the first client. I cannot spend any money on ads as of yet, as I said in the first video. But let me show you exactly how we're going to set up this campaign. So the way we do this is that we click on create. It's going to be a leads campaign. And here for the name, we can just name this campaign warm retargeting, for example, like so. And then we can skip the ad set for now. I'm going to click on continue. We can keep all of this as is. We don't really need to change anything here. You can see that it's green because it's in draft mode. So I can just click on review and publish this ad for now, like so. Then I can go into ad sets and then I'm going to create a new ad set right here. Again, if you have no idea what a campaign or an ad set or an ads is, if you go through the free SMMA course, we teach you exactly how to become a very skilled media buyer. And we teach that inside of Max Premium also. But for now, I can just click an ad set right here. So I'm just going to call this one retargeting as well and create an ad number 1 here just for illustration purposes. Then we have the actual ad set right here. I'm going to click on edit. And then you can see here that we can select what type of conversion we want to use. I'm going to use website because we're actually going to drive traffic to our landing page. Then pixel, we're going to have the Roof Max pixel. Conversion event, here we want to use the contact event. Again, this is the one that we set up with the custom conversion rates. We just want to make sure that it gets verified inside of the events manager that I just showed you. But conversion event, we want to use contact right there. And then set up conversion. Again, we can wait for this because it hasn't been approved yet, so that's fine. Daily budget, this is where you can spend like $5 to $10 per day. So let's say I do $10. I'm not going to turn this on for now. Here, location, I'm not going to do any location because I want to basically only retarget people in the United States because that is where we have our clients. I'm going to select United States. Here, Advantage Plus audience, I don't want to use that. I'm going to use original audience. And here, what we can select, as you can see, is that under custom audience, I can now target the custom audiences that I just created earlier in this video. So I want to do everybody who's engaged with me on Instagram, on Facebook, and also all website visitors on my website. Advantage custom audience, I don't want to turn that on. I want to keep the age as open as possible, gender as open as well. Placements, I'm going to use all placements. And then if I go into actual ad, this is where we select what we want to mention in the ad. So we're going to do the primary text. We can upload a headline and a description as well, and also select our images for the ad and also the website. So for the website URL, I'm just going to bring people to our main page of the website because this is where we have people who opt in. So I'm just going to put in the website URL like so. Here you can see this is basically where you create the headline. So here, for example, this is a headline. This is the primary text like so. And for the description, this is the description. So you can show where it shows up on the ad right here like so. Right now, obviously, I'm not going to launch this ad, but this is basically it. Under app events, we can add that, check all of these ones as well. Again, I'm going to show you guys in detail when we actually launch this retargeting campaign after we get that first client. Now let's continue. And the next thing I want to show you is to set up a retargeting campaign on Google Ads and create the pixel there as well. So let's do that next. So to do this, you simply want to go to ads.google.com. Now you can see that all of this is in Swedish because I'm from Sweden. But what you want to do essentially is just to click on start now, or you can click on log in, and then you can log in with your actual actual Google account. So that is what I'm going to do right now. Then you do not have any Google accounts. Would you like to create a new one? Yes, I'm going to click on new Google Ads account. Then I can just click on start right here. And for the sake of this, I'm just going to click on skip campaign creation because I don't really want to do that right now. I'm going to change the currency to US dollar. Then we click on continue. So I'll just fill out all of the information on this page. I'm going to click on submit. Once that is done, it will say that you're all set. So I'll click on continue to your account. And now we're basically inside of the Google Ads Business Manager. Now, the first thing we want to do here is to actually start building an audience. And to do that, it's very simple. We go into tools, then we go into audience manager. Then here we want to set up an audience source. And here you can see your data sources. So this is where you can start to connect your Google Analytics. Also, if you have a YouTube channel set up for your agency, you can link your YouTube channel to this Google Ads account as well, which is highly recommended to do. If you have a YouTube channel and you are basically making videos for your specific niche and your specific industry, you can start to retarget people that have watched on YouTube, which is very powerful. But what I want to do right now is just set up a Google Ads tag. So I'm going to click on set up tag. Then under remarketing here, they call it remarketing instead of retargeting. I'm going to click on only collect general website visit data to show ads to your website visitors. That is what we want to do. Then we can click on save and continue. Now when we install it, we can click on use Google Tag Manager. And then it says use Google Tag Manager to install the Google Ads tag. Google Tag Manager makes it easy to update, add, and manage your website tags without editing code. We've already set this up now in a previous video. Once a container snippet is added to the pages in your website by a webmaster, you'll need your conversion ID to set up the tag inside of the tag manager. So we have the conversion ID right here. And if we click this drop-down menu, you will see exactly how to do it. Here it says create a new tag in Google Tag Manager. Make sure you select the Google Ads remarketing tag type. And then we're going to add in this conversion ID that we have right here. So let's do that right now. I go into my Google Tag Manager. Then we're going to go into tags. I'm going to set up a new tag right here. Then we are going to call this one the Google Ads. And then we are going to click on tag configuration right here. Then I can click on Google Ads. And then we want to do the Google Ads remarketing. And then I can simply put in the conversion ID right here. We can keep all of these settings as is. For triggering, we want to use this on all pages. We click on add, then we click on save. Then we want to make sure that we submit this one as well. So Google Ads. Then we can click on publish. Now we've basically added that. So that's perfect. Everything is added correctly. Now, if we go back right now to the Google Ads again, I can click on continue and then we click on done. So that is basically how we add the Google Ads tag as well. As of right now, you can see that we have 0 hits on this tag, but it's going to update now in the coming hours. Now, the next thing we can do is to simply go into audiences right here. I'm going to create a new audience, and this one we can just call all website visitors, and then we can browse here. So website visitors, I can click on that, Google Ads, and then we can basically keep all of this as is. I'm going to click on save, and now we have the all website visitors here that is under review, and it's going to start to populate. Now we can create a bunch of different audiences going forward as well. The main thing for now is that we have the Google Ads remarketing tag on our website, and we also have the Facebook pixel installed on our website as well, so before we start to doing organic outreach, so that we can build up those audiences and then start doing retargeting. Now in the next video, I'm going to show you guys how you can partner with our agency if you want to. Basically, if you bring us a client, we're going to pay you $500 every single month as long as that client stays as a client. And now going forward in the series as well, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do organic outreach. I'm going to get help from a multi-million-dollar coach when it comes to cold emails, cold calling, and also cold LinkedIn messaging. So a bunch of value there. And basically what you can do is that either you can apply that information into your own agency, or if you want to partner with my agency and bring leads into RoofMax, then you can leverage that information as well. And if you get us a client, you are going to get paid as well. So a bunch of exciting stuff coming up in this series. Now I'll see you in the next video.